everybody, greetings and libations. Hey, this is Mike from the Rot Gut Review, and today is something special. We're going to be making an old Kentucky nut cake because we've got a bottle of Booker's Grandma's Batch. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, she made nut cakes and served it with bourbon at Christmas with all her friends, had a great time, laughed it up. Anyway, so old Kentucky nut cake, one of my favorites, and soon to be one of your favorites. So it's a heavy cake made with it's flour, sugar, vanilla, it's walnuts actually, and then the icing on here is just great. It's cream and butter and lots of white sugar, so you can't go wrong. Anyway, first thing we got to do, and hopefully Eddie speeds this up. Thank you, Eddie. We're gonna chop some nuts and we're gonna roast them. Not necessary, but I like roasted nuts. Now, don't take that the wrong way. Okay, here we go. So nuts. We need a couple and a third. So they don't have to be chopped too fine, but you want them finer than this. So to start whole, you got to do a lot of chopping. Hopefully we don't have to do a lot, but this is always the fun part, sort of. So knife, be careful, everybody. If you're new to the kitchen, let somebody else do this. So we're just gonna quickly chop these. Get them into a nice consistency for a cake. Alright, what do we got? Cup and a third. Lovely. Like me. Alright, we get rid of the chaff, we get rid of the cutting board. Now I'm going to spread these out on an ordinary cookie sheet, albeit a small cookie sheet. And I'm going to pop them into the oven, and about halfway through I will give them a quick turn and let them roast again, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Did you miss me? Yeah, right. Okay, next thing we got to do is grease and flour the pan. Why? So the cake doesn't stick. You get it out easy, easier to eat. So, one 9x13 Pyrex. A little bit of wax paper. I know this because it says wax paper. If I could read, somebody write that to me though. So I'm cheating. But anyway, little wax paper. We're gonna fold that up. We're gonna take a dollop of ordinary Crisco. And we are gonna grease our pan very thin. Get it up the side so the cake doesn't stick. And I like just the thinnest coating I can possibly get on here because I'm fastidious that way. So I'm going to just soak some of that up with a new fresh turn. And other than my hands being greasy, you wouldn't know that the pan is greased. Alright, now we need some flour. And this is the fun part, sort of. Is there a fun part? No, the fun part's eating this cake, so just a pinch. Pinch goes a long way here. Now, we just start spreading the flour. I like to use the heel of my hand so that we get a nice even coating of flour all the way around. Alright, now, palm it, get rid of the extra flour. And voila! Kind of looks like frosted glass, as it should. We set that aside. Now we're going to start the batter. Let me get this cleaned up. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back after taking a call from my daughter, Eddie, and she are on the way along with Erica, so we will be sampling the cake with the bourbon later and let you know what we think. I'm sampling it now, by the way, so delightful, spicy, fun, dances on your mouth. You'll love it. Anyway, the crux to the cake. 2/3 cup shortening. Now the trick here is it says 2/3 cup shortening, but if you use 1/3 cup, which I should do, and a third of a cup of butter, it's even better. And not just anybody, real butter, not margarine. So I'm going to fill this up about halfway. And once I get that in there, I'm going to put butter in on top of it. I'm going to scoop it out into the bowl. And this is exactly 1/3, so pre-cut. Life is good. So I will just drop that in there. And we'll scoop the lard back out. We'll just put that aside. We'll add the next ingredient, which is our sugar. Now this says 1 2/3 cup. 1 1/3 of white granulated sugar. Can't beat that with a big stick. Not that you'd want to. Alright, so. Then we beat that with the beaters until it's kind of creamy. The walnuts are about half done, looking good, so let's beat this. Eddie, let's cut out the extraneous noise here. This is going to take a minute or 5. Now the trick with the walnuts is once you get this batter made, you can't just put the walnuts directly in from the oven. You got to let them cool, otherwise it cooks the batter made. So it's really weird. This is one you can't rush. Light and fluffy, I love it. Now, eggs. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. All right, we beat those in. And we're gonna make sure it's a nice smooth consistency. Give me a second, I forgot one thing. Spatula. I'm just going to pull that down off the sides, get it mixed in. That way when I fold this stuff into the dry mix, it'll all be good. And then we're going to do the dry mix in just a second. We're going to take a slight break while I get the dry mix ready. Alright, so I'm going to bring this bad boy back. And we're going to grab the flour. And we're going to pour it in a bunch. So we want 2 1/3 cup. And why are we sifting? Well, supposedly it makes for a lighter batter. I don't know. Never figured this out, but it's kind of fun to do. You pull the handle and it all falls down all nice and light. We'll do that real quick. Flour's done. Set that aside. That'll be lovely. That's our walnuts. I'll be right back. We're going to let them cool. Alright, I'm back. I forgot the baking powder. And today we're using Glabber Girl. So, that was 2 teaspoons baking powder. 2. Life is good. Alright, now 1 teaspoon salt. And we will put this recipe up for you. You can obviously watch the video in high speed so you can figure out what the hell I did, which is like kitchen magic. It's really chemistry is what I used to call the stuff we bake with the kids. And now I'm just going to mix this in a little bit. Dump her into my big bowl. Set that aside. Hi. Alright, so stir that a bit more. And then we're going to put in some milk and vanilla. Mix it all up, and we'll start folding the wet batter. Life will be good. Got the milk right here. Vanilla I'm just going to dump in. Now this is the easy part, mind you. The part everyone seems to hate is when we get to the frosting. Now we're a little scant on vanilla. So you know what I'm going to do about that? This should be really good. And there we go. And a touch more. We're gonna make this bad boy awesome. Okay. Ooh, I smell that already. That is lovely. Now, back to the dry ingredients, which will become the wet ingredients. I'll mix this up a little bit, get that baking powder all the way through there. Slowly pour my milk in.
Guess who's making a cameo?
Hey everybody, it's Eddie.
Oh, look at it, yeah. Oh man, look at my hair. It's gotten really bad. I'm just coming over here for Father's Day.
I blame it on COVID. All right, now this thing is thickening up like you wouldn't believe. You can kind of see we're kind of hurting here. So I'm gonna knock that down a little bit. We're gonna get the wet stuff in here, although I got a little bit more dry to mix in. All right. So I'm gonna start folding this in if I can get it out of the beaters. Give me a second. All right. So now we got our flour, milk, and this is more like a bread dough right now, if you can see that. It's kind of like, exactly like a bread dough. So I think that's where it gets its heavy consistency from. Now, I'm going to start folding this in. Done with that. That'll be good for licking out later. All right, so our dough and our wet mixture are now mixed together. And let me check our walnuts. All right, we're back. I've stuck my nuts in the freezer and now they're cool. I can put them into the batter. That sounds worse than it is. And maybe I should say I stuck the walnuts into the freezer. And here we go. So now we can put this into the cake. And then we can put it into the 9x13, and then we can pop it in the oven, and we are halfway there. How long does it go into the oven? You put the oven at 350, and the cake actually goes in there for 35 to 40 minutes. So then we gotta let it cool, and then we make the icing, and then we put it on. So give this a second. Okay, we are ready. Now we're gonna drop it into the 9x13. A little trick to this too. I don't know, cake makers out there. I'm not much of a cake maker, so I had to figure this one out. That's something they showed me down in Louisiana when we were learning to cook Cajun. The only cake I did down there was a spiced pecan, which I absolutely love, but not as much as this one. Moving right along. We're gonna get this in there. And Eddie's waiting in the wings to taste this.
Sure am.
So I am gonna give him the spatula once I'm done, and the bowl. All right, I'm gonna spread that out. And once I do it with this, I'm gonna do it a little different. Ready?
Thank you.
Okay. Now we work it into the corners, make sure it's all level and even.
I'm gonna grab some spoons so everyone can share, because we don't all wanna be eating off the same spatula.
True.
With the COVID going around.
And here it is, the cake of cakes. So I'm gonna pop this in the oven, 35 to 40 at 350.